An ADR, or an American Depositary Receipt, is a foreign equity security that's been Americanized or wrapped in such a way that allows U.S. investors to purchase foreign equities in the United States as they would any other U.S. security, like a General Electric, an Apple, a Google, or an IBM. Investors can purchase in dollars. It settles in their brokerage account in dollars, and all their dividends are received in dollars. Corporate actions are in English. So it really does Americanize foreign equities from multiple countries around the world. Key benefits for companies having an ADR, again, are to expand their shareholder base, to recognize and acknowledge that their U.S. shareholders are important to them, and to create a vehicle that makes it easy for them to hold, trade, and settle those securities. Companies that have a real global perspective from an investor relations point of view want to make sure that the playing field of investment is the same whether you're in the home market or in the United States. And so creating an ADR acknowledges their U.S. shareholders and again levels the playing field. So if I'm a U.S. investor, I can buy Roche or ADRs the same way that I can buy General Electric or IBM. The key benefits for having an ADR for an investor are cost and ease of use. If I wanted to go into Switzerland to buy Roche, the global pharmaceutical giant, I would have to have a Swiss brokerage account. I would have to have a mechanism to turn my dollars into Swiss francs. I would have to trade and open a brokerage account, deal with foreign exchange risk and issues and costs. I would have to hold those securities in Switzerland. I would have to receive my dividends in Swiss francs and then convert them back. If there was a corporate action, I would probably receive information about it late because of the mail cycle, but also probably in a foreign language. And so from an investor point of view, I can have all the equity exposure to Roche as I would to Pfizer, but I get my dividends in dollars. I can hold it in my US brokerage account in dollars. I can trade it in dollars the way I would trade Pfizer. I can receive all of my corporate action notifications in English the way I would receive them from Pfizer. So it really does Americanize the security and almost make it transparent from an investor point of view as to whether you're holding something from Switzerland, the United Kingdom, South Africa, or a home market United States security. The beauty of having an ADR program from an investor point of view is you're in essence creating two pools of liquidity or two places to go if you want to make an investment. Typically, if I were to call my broker and say I want to buy Roche, my broker would probably do one of two things. They would either look into the US market to see what the liquidity is in the ADRs that are already freely trading here, or they would look into the Swiss market to see what the liquidity is in Switzerland. Now the broker has, in essence, two options, two places to go to execute a trade on my behalf. They'll look at what price is better, where execution is better. If the broker goes into the Swiss market, what he or she will do is buy on Switzerland and then ask that those securities be deposited in a custodial account and have DRs issued in the United States. Those DRs would then be put into my brokerage account. If there's DR to DR trading and the broker decides to go into the US market to execute that trade, then you would see that as a traditional US purchase of a security, and that would hit the tape, if you will, in the United States. So the beauty of having an ADR program from an investment perspective, again, is A, there's two pools of liquidity from which you can draw. B, from a corporate perspective, having those two pools of liquidity or the ability to buy in the US or buy in the local market to create an ADR actually creates a greater global liquidity from a corporate perspective and adds a tremendous amount of value in that respect. To establish an ADR, typically a company will decide that they want to have that US market presence, and then they will reach out to one of four US custodian or depositary banks. They would engage that bank, which in essence acts as their US transfer agent, registrar, custodian. and would create a deposit agreement which would make the security available in the United States. Once that's done, then the security becomes freely tradable and open for investment by U.S. investors. Our marketplaces trade over 1,500 ADR programs, representing roughly 75% of the global depositary receipt universe. Our best marketplace, or OTCQX, is a marketplace where corporates choose to increase the level of transparency and disclosure that they make available to the U.S. investment community. Some of these companies' top global blue chip brands include Roche, Yamaha, Adidas, Deutsche Telekom, Cielo out of Brazil. These companies have chosen to level the playing fields and make the U.S. investor experience similar to what it would be if they were trading a GE or an IBM or an Apple.